What if I told you that the version of you 10 years from now is either going to thank you or quietly gonna resent you? Not because of any mistake, but because of tiny daily patterns. The overthinking, the people pleasing, the I'll start tomorrow, and the staying in the wrong rooms too long. Give me 10 minutes, and if you truly listen, I might save you 10 years of regret, confusion, burnout, and emotional chaos. And no, this is not a motivational video, it is a psychological based reality. Hi, दिस इज शगुन एंड वेलकम टू सोल सीजन्स, जहाँ पे हम लाइफ को सिर्फ फिक्स करना नहीं, उसको समझना भी सिखाते हैं. टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर 5 साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रूथ्स दैट इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड नाउ एट 22, you won't regret at 32. And if you stay till the end, I will share a model to give you an entirely new way of living. So let's begin. Psychological truth number 1. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your identity. Let me tell you something slightly uncomfortable. आपको वो नहीं मिलता जो आप चाहते हो. Instead, you get what you believe you deserve. In Atomic Habits, James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you believe you are. मतलब जो भी आप डेली एक्शंस लेते हो, वो आपके ब्रेन को एक सिग्नल सेंड करता है that I have taken this action because I am the type of person who would do this. And psychology backs this. In the 1960s, the psychologist Maxwell Maltz introduced the concept of self-image in his book Psycho-Cybernetics, where he says that changing your self-image does not mean changing yourself or improving yourself, but changing your own mental picture, your estimations, conceptions and realization of the self. इसको अगर मैं easy language में बोलूँ, so if you deep down think that I'm lazy, I'm not disciplined, I am bad at relationships, your brain will subconsciously starts proving you right. So you need not to change yourself, but instead you have to change how you think about yourself. You don't need any motivation. You just need to work on your identity. Psychological truth number 2. Your brain is biased against your growth. आपके ब्रेन को कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है आपको सक्सेसफुल बनाने में. It just wants to survive. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman in his book Thinking Fast and Slow explains how your brain have two systems. System number 1, fast, emotional, automatic, and system number 2, slow, logical, and effortful. Most of your life is run by the system 1. That's why you scroll when you are stressed, you overthink at night, and you procrastinate on your important goals because growth feels unsafe to your mind. There is also something called loss aversion, which says we fear losing more than we desire gaining. आप कभी अपनी टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप से बाहर नहीं आ पाओगे क्योंकि what if you end up alone? But here's the reality. You definitely know this, that your comfort zone is slowly costing you your confidence. Don't just wait and sit for your mind to get prepared. Just go for it. And this is my personal advice, that you should not give your mind enough time to think about any action you are going to take. Because if it starts thinking, you are never going to be able to take that action. Psychological truth number 3. The people around you are designing your future. There is a famous Harvard study, Harvard Adult Developmental Study, one of the longest studies on happiness. And can you guess, according to the study, what could be the biggest predictor of long-term happiness and success? No, not money and not even your IQ. It was relationships. In the book The Happiness Advantage, Sean Aker explains how positive social environments can drastically improve your performance and well-being. Your nervous system mirrors your environment. If you are constantly around the people who complains a lot, who are cynics or who are victims, your brain will eventually normalize that emotional frequency in your mind. But if you are around builders, learners, and accountable people, you will automatically rise. You don't need 100 friends. You just need 3 aligned minds. So choose carefully. Psychological truth number 4. You are addicted to emotional familiarity. आपने नोटिस किया होगा कि आप मोस्टली वो चीजें चूज नहीं करते हो जो आपके लिए अच्छी होती हैं, बल्कि आप वो चीजें चूज करते हो जो आपको फेमिलियर और सेफ फील होती हैं. Even if that familiar is painful to you. The book The Body Keeps the Score explains how our nervous system stores the emotional patterns. So if chaos feels normal to you, calm will automatically feel boring. And if criticism feels familiar, healthy love will feel suspicious. And that's why people repeat toxic patterns. Not because they are weak or something, but because their nervous system now confuses familiar with safe. And the moment you recognize this, you will start rewiring yourself. Psychological truth number 5. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think. In this book, The Courage to be Disliked, there is this powerful idea that other people are also busy living their own lives just like you are. There is something called spotlight effect, according to which we overestimate how other people notices our mistakes. That embarrassing thing which you said 3 years ago, nobody remembers it, only you remember it. The world is not watching you fail. It's too busy surviving on its own. And once you understand this, you will become unstoppable. So, how do we actually save 10 years? Awareness is obviously step 1, but structure is something that prevents you from drifting apart. And this is where positive psychology gives us something amazing. Psychologist Martin Seligman gave us PERMA Model in his book Flourish. It's about building a life that doesn't collapse when things go wrong in your life. So, let's break it down deeply. इन परमा मॉडल P स्टैंड्स फॉर पॉजिटिव इमोशंस। आप मुझे एक बात बताओ, अगर आप ज्यादातर टाइम डिप्रेस्ड फील करते हो, सैड रहते हो या नेगेटिव फील करते हो, तो क्या आप क्रिएटिविटी शो कर पाओगे या क्या आप अपने काम को 100% एंजॉय कर पाओगे? एंड दैट्स व्हाई पॉजिटिव इमोशंस आर सो इम्पोर्टेंट टू क्रिएट सक्सेस इन योर लाइफ। Barbara Fredrickson's broad and built theory shows that positive emotions expand your thinking, creativity and resilience. जब आप constantly stressed होते हो या negative feel करते हो, your brain narrows down. Your brain only focuses on surviving at that time. You will not grow in that state. So why positive emotion will save 10 years of your life? Because if you don't learn emotional regulation early in your life, you will burn out, overreact in your relationships, you will make fear-based decisions, and you will lose opportunities because you were just not in the mood. So let's talk about a tool which will help you to build positive emotions. The 3:1 positivity ratio. Research have shown that positive people experience at least 3 positive emotions for every negative one. The daily practice that you could do is write 3 good things that happened today. Name the emotion that you felt and ask yourself, why did this happen? This will rewire your attention bias, and over time your brain will start scanning for possibilities instead of threats. E stands for engagement, and this is about flow. ये एक ऐसी स्टेट है जब आप अपने टाइम का ट्रैक ही भूल जाते हो because you are fully immersed in it. Psychological research on flow have found that people feel most alive when their challenges meet the level of their skills, not when they are comparing or scrolling like us, but when they are creating something. So why this will save you years? Because if you don't discover what engages you deeply, you'll spend another decade switching your careers, feeling lost and doubting your purpose. So here's another tool, the energy audit. For the next 7 days, keep a track of all the activities and find which activities energizes you, which drains you, and which activity keeps you neutral. Circle whatever energizes you, and that is your direction, not what relatives say. R stands for relationships, and we have already talked about relationships. Hence, relationships plays a very important role in your life, and loneliness increases your cortisol, stress, and sometimes even physical illness. So why relationship will save you 10 years? Because if you ignore relationships in your 20s, you may build success, but you will still feel very empty, or even worse. M stands for meaning. Meaning is not same as happiness. Meaning is a contribution beyond self. Viktor Frankl, in his book Man's Search for Meaning, observed that people survive suffering when they attach purpose to it. Without a meaning, even the success will feel empty to you. Here is a tool for it, the why ladder. Take one goal and ask yourself, why do you want to achieve this goal? And then ask why again and repeat it for 5 times. You will eventually move from surface desire to the core value, and that's where clarity lives. A stands for accomplishment. Achievements matter, but unhealthy achievements will destroy your peace. The book Mindset explains growth mindset, believing that abilities could be developed. People with fixed mindset quits earlier, but people with growth mindset persist. So, why this will save you years? Because if you will tie your worth with your results, failure will paralyze you. But if you tie your worth with efforts, failure will just become a data. So, let me tell you a tool for it as well. Process goals. Instead of making a goal to achieve 100k subscribers, shift to action based goals that I will upload 2 videos weekly. You can control your process, not your outcome. Keep that in mind. The real reason that PERMA will save your decade is because that most people only focus on improving one area of their life, either money or career, body, love. They focus only on one thing and neglect all the others. Then at 35, they rebuild it from scratch. But PERMA model forces balance. It prevents you from extreme imbalances and keeps you psychologically wealthy. So you don't waste your 10 years because of one mistake. You waste it with small unconscious patterns which you follow daily. This is Shagun from Soul Seasons reminding you, be the version of you that your future self will thank, not heal from.